The two 2017 wild-card teams that came up empty-handed are going into the new season with plenty of reason to think that their fortunes will change thanks in part to young players who are poised to break out. In Colorado, they have a speedy outfielder who is ready to take a full-time role. And in Minnesota, they have a young pitcher who already has important experience under his belt. Here's a closer look at both. Rockies, Raimel Tapia, of 2017 stats, .288, .329, .425, 160 AB, 2 HR, 12 2B, 36 K, 8 BB. Tapia has been a darling of prospect rankings lists for a few years, and after two partial seasons in the majors, 2018 is his time to showcase himself to the rest of the country. The primary question for the wiry outfielder this season will be whether he can push past Gerardo Parra or Ian Desmond on the Rockies' depth chart and claim a spot in the corner outfield. Alternating between AAA Albuquerque and the majors last year, Tapia put up some impressive numbers in the 70 games he spent in a Rockies uniform. Namely, 16 of his 46 hits were for extra bases, and he struck out only 21% of the time, despite swinging at a much higher rate of pitches than he did during his 2016 stint in Colorado. Why he could break out? It seems like all Tapia might need is greater opportunity. He sits behind Desmond and Parra on the outfield depth chart, but if Bud Black chooses to lean on Tapia more heavily in 2018, it should pay off, both for Tapia and for the Rockies. The things that drew prospect gurus to Tapia were his exceptional speed, plus hit tool, and sturdy defense, and so far most of that has translated. Tapia is an above-average base runner and defender, and if not for his lack of power and a low walk rate, he would be at least league average in WRC. These are the aspects of his approach that might hold him back, but there's enough good in Tapia's game to bank on him in 2018. Tapia hits for average .288 and can sustain a higher BABIP than most .361 thanks to his quick feet, and he makes a respectable amount of medium or hard contact at the plate. There are a lot of reasons to bet on him, despite his walk rate that sits below 5% and a drop in his contact rate from 2016 to 2017. Tapia has the hit tool and speed to make up for spotty plate discipline, so if he's given regular time in the lineup, he's unlikely to surrender it. Other breakouts: Brewers, Angels, Cardinals, Rays, Marlins, Royals, Pirates, Mariners, Braves, Rangers, Padres, Blue Jays, Mets, Orioles, Reds, Phillies, White Sox, Giants, Tigers, Twins. Jose Berrios, SP 2017 stats, 145.2 IP, 131 H, 63 ER, 48 BB, 139 K, 3.89 ERA. To some extent, Berrios has already broken out. After his mostly disastrous debut in 2016, Berrios spent the first month of this past season in AAA. But when the Twins recalled him on May 13, he pitched like a future ace of the staff. Minnesota was the surprise team of the American League in 2017, and Berrios was a key part of that. And Berrios' continued excellence will help the Twins from being a one-hit wonder. The 2012 first-rounder did everything right this past season, cutting his 2016 walk rate almost in half and increasing his strikeout rate by 5%. He gave up less hard contact and sported a FIP of 3.84 after an ugly 6.20 in 2016. Everything is trending in the right direction for Berrios, so keep an eye on him. Why he could break out? Berrios has the makings of a top-of-the-rotation starter, and 2018 is probably the year he fully realizes that. He experienced much greater success with his fastball last season, allowing just a .245 batting average against it, after a .339 mark in 2016. The same was true of his curveball, which saw batters hit .276 in 2016 before a drop to .231 last season. Unsurprisingly, his whiff rate jumped for both, particularly his curveball, which went from just over 9% to 14% last year. The success of these two pitches means that the four-pitch mix he sports will play even better moving forward. Why Berrios struggled so badly in his first look in the majors is not totally clear. But last year he reversed so many of the things that went wrong, and there's little reason to think that trend won't continue. A bit of a throwback: in a time when starters are being pulled earlier and earlier, Berrios went at least 7 innings in 8 of this 2017 starts. And though his wild-card start against the Yankees last October didn't go well, it speaks to his future role with the Twins. He is their future ace, and that future is this year. Next week, a look at who has the best shot to break out for the Diamondbacks and Yankees.